Another Wednesday just about gone. This one just a bit easier temperature-wise. We did top out here in downtown Sagersville, 91.8 today, 94.8 yesterday. Today's dew point was just a little bit lower, humidity, I think about the same trend. So it felt just a bit more mild out there, and we had some cloud cover. Didn't make any rain really to speak of for hardly anyone that I know of, but it's back to the 90s for much of your 7-day. And it's also finally going to be summer, even though we've been there for a few days. And earlier this week, maybe Monday night or so, I mentioned sunrise and sunset kind of starting to level off, and then we'll start reverting as the longest day of the year is here. Summer solstice tomorrow, 4:51, I think. And it feels like it's rolling around a little early this year because it is the earliest in over 225 years. I may have a few more details on that in just a few seconds. And certainly we'll talk about your weather and a host of other news. A couple of things in the Parkway just to let you know. Another traffic switch today in effect, east and westbound. Many of you have already gone to work or coming back or no, but around mile marker 45 to mile marker 49. Switching over to the new eastbound lanes today. The switch will be there for several months to allow crews to complete bridge construction. They're going to have, of course, the big signs and barricades and barrels, but just use caution anywhere on the Mountain Parkway that there is construction going on because it's ever changing. There was also a report of an overturned camper tag along behind a vehicle in the eastbound lane, I believe it was, right around the 64 mile marker on the Mountain Parkway. That has, I believe, had enough time to have since been cleaned up. That was reported a few hours before the 6 o'clock show, to my understanding. A lot of other weather things to talk about, and a lot of other news to discuss. We'll first turn to Paintsville, where a Johnson County man sits in the Big Sandy after, well, more than a few grams of methamphetamine were found during a raid at his home. What I know at this hour is that the Kentucky State Police DESI Unit Drug Enforcement Special Investigations Unit executed a search warrant at the residence of 45-year-old Carl Edward Ramey of Paintsville, who has a significant number of arrests in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. This ongoing drug investigation led them to search his home alongside the Johnson County Sheriff's Office, Scott Hazlett, and his office, where they found up to or approximately 2 pounds of meth and several thousands of dollars, an exact amount not listed as of yet, in cash in the home as well. Right now, he faces a single count of trafficking in a controlled substance in the first degree, over 2 grams of methamphetamine. 2 pounds certainly well more than 2 grams. But authorities stress that the investigation is continuing while he is held on a $25,000 cash bond in the Big Sandy. And as I had a story slated for this point in the program and just do not have it ready to air, I do want to, in case you missed it last night on the same subject, I had Sheriff Bill Meade with me last night. He was giving us some details on a federal arrest warrant that was executed in Morgan County this past Friday on a Magoffin County man as part of an investigation started by the Sheriff's Department here in Magoffin. And he also took a few moments to give us some insight into the ongoing federal cases and arrests pending that his department says they are working and have coming.
Magoffin County Sheriff's Office conducted an investigation stemming from a traffic stop conducted by Deputy Eugene Salyer, where we stopped Daniel Jackson. We recovered approximately 2 ounces of methamphetamine and fentanyl from him. This investigation was adopted into the federal system, and there was a federal indictment handed down on Mr. Jackson for distribution of methamphetamine and fentanyl. Daniel Jackson was located by the Magoffin County Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshal Service last Friday in an adjoining county, and the arrest warrant was served on him at that time, and he was transported to a detention facility where he will be sitting before the federal magistrate on those charges.
And Jackson's case isn't the only federal investigation to discuss this evening, as the sheriff was willing to tell us about ongoing cases.
Well, I can say this: we have made many controlled drug buys. Currently, we've had approximately 30 indictments handed down on drug-related charges. A number of those have been served. On some of them, we're still trying to locate them. The bulk of the controlled buys are yet to be presented to the grand jury. They will be forthcoming. We have several other federal investigations that's active, and we anticipate federal indictments coming in the near future on those investigations. I would tell the people of the county that everything is moving along very well. We still intend to combat the drug problem aggressively, and I would say to anyone out there that's got information on any drug activity, please call the McGoffin County Sheriff's Office. Give us the information. We're not interested in names or anything like that. We just want the information.
The McGoffin County Fiscal Court met last evening. I'll have a report in just a moment.
Hillbilly Christmas in July proudly presents outlaw country music's finest, Way Jennings.
I was high as a kite, low as they come, fueled on cocaine, pills, and rum. When that little lady comes strolling into my life,
with special guest Sam Lowe. Saturday, June 22nd at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg. Wade Jennings is the grandson of Waylon Jennings and Jesse Coulter. Wade has talent running through his veins and storytelling in his soul. Wade Jennings at the MAC, June 22nd.
Hey buddy, how are you?
Sponsored by 321 Auto Sales, Appalachian Wireless, Billy Johnson, Attorney at Law, Pop Chevrolet, Hutch Auto Sales, Community Trust Bank, Oliver Williamson Financial Services, Thacker Memorial, Craig Dameron Furniture, Hometown Convenient Double Quick, AAA Real Estate Services Shirley Blackburn, State Farm Insurance, TJ Hurst, VIP Fuels, Case Bold Communications, People's Bank, Jim Ford, Floyd County Tourism, Creative Comfort Furniture Store, Unisign, and Mountaintop Media. Wade Jennings at the MAC with Sam Lowe, Saturday, June 22nd. Tickets on sale now. Presented by Hillbilly Christmas in July. All proceeds to benefit the Shriners Hospital in Lexington.
To you, Frazier's Prater Drug has been voted #1 in customer satisfaction with Good Neighbor Pharmacies for the 7th year in a row. With curbside pickup for all of your prescription, allergy, or even multivitamin needs. Or come in and pull up a stool while you shop, or just visit downtown and treat yourself to something extra tasty or sweet. Where locally owned means a more personal, reliable, and friendly pharmacy. Frazier's Prater Drug. Sometimes you just can't wait, and when it's one of those times for an amazing elective ultrasound of baby, call Mommy and Me 4D Imaging, a local studio with years of OB experience. Located in Sagersville and waiting at 496-5423. Dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Spring isn't the only season here. It's also senior season. It's a season for love, a season for Jesus, and a season to shop local at the Seasonal Shop. With spring colors, styles, and fashions by Charlie Page and Simply Southern, and more of your favorites, new arrivals in bags and totes and jewelry and more. And they've got everything lemon lavender, spa essentials for a little at-home pampering. And from simple to chinoiserie, must-see home decor is at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville. Pretty much standard operating procedure for much of last night's regular meeting of the McGoffin County Fiscal Court, payment of bills, fund transfers, the second reading of the budget ordinance. And from there, they discussed proceeding with before-mentioned plans for demolition of the old McGoffin County Library building after engineers, as I earlier reported, have deemed it not feasible for repair, and as has recent problems at the site been discovered.
Not only with homelessness, but we know it's been pretty much said by a engineering firm that needs to be demolished. It's uninhabitable. I would like your all's permission to advertise for proposals to demolish that building, and then we'll determine if we're going to build something back or make a parking lot or something at a later date, but we need to get it down. I mean, it's the homeless are, I know it's unfortunate, but it creates a major hazard over there when we've got people trying to get in, and I'm afraid somebody's going to get hurt over there.
And they have been in it.
Yeah.
And they're sleeping on the porch.
And they're sleeping on the front, and it's trash and nastiness and
Needles.
drugs. Yeah.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
You know, place like that. Yeah.
All three magistrates voted in favor of proceeding with the estimate of cost, and then the judge addressed the county's support of the sewer failure that we had last week in hopes of assisting the city with getting funding to pay for what could be up to a $500,000 project, but at least $250,000 known so far.
I didn't work very long in the trades, but I know that if you put copper and black pipe together, you've got to have a dielectric union or it's going to start corroding immediately. And undoubtedly something of that nature has happened down there. So I think they've got some quotes, some estimated cost in the city has. I've been signing letters of support, been making calls to the governor's office, trying to assist them to get the money, because it's going to cost over probably $250,000 to get that permanently fixed. But that's the reason that I declared the state of emergency. It was to protect the public environmentally and to enact all those powers that law gives when it comes to dealing with an emergency situation.
Much more to come, a lot of it weather related, but not all. But right now, it's time for tonight's calendar. Another day on the community calendar brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. Another birthday on the community calendar brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. And today, it is a happy 39th birthday to Nicole Brooks with a lot of love from Mom. The happiest of 39th birthdays to you, Nicole. Happy birthday. Couldn't have better timing for this one. Free ice cream. This Saturday, free soft serve at the Mountain of Hope Baptist Church at the top of the Ivington Hill. They just like to offer free ice cream and a place for you to stop, hang out, relax, maybe have a little fellowship, and enjoy yourself and some company for a while. 11 to 2 this Saturday, top of the Ivington Hill. Everyone's welcome. And don't forget, tomorrow is an important day at a couple of locations. The Water into Wine Senior Pantry Day is tomorrow, 8 until 10. That's their new summer hours. And our Senior Citizen Center is also distributing commodities tomorrow from 11 to 1. If you got some time, you got some kids home from school for the summer, great place to send them. They'll start serving the waiting list after 1 at our Senior Citizen Center tomorrow. We love to have your announcements here every night or chance we can get them, and that includes birthdays and anniversaries too. From there, a reminder of services to be held tomorrow at 3 for Ted Freddie Alexander Hartman, 85 of Sayersville. He passed away Friday, survived by his wife, Kathy, sons Shane and Jamie, daughters Kim and Amy, stepdaughters Elizabeth and Tina, sister Margaret, and 8 grandkids and 8 great-grandkids and 4 great-great-grandkids. Services tomorrow in Alabama. And services start tomorrow at 1 for Lydia Joe Nichols Fletcher, 74 of Sayersville, survived by her companion Paul Collins, survived by sons Julius Brown, Donald Gibson, and Wallace Gibson, daughter Betsy Reisner, 4 brothers, 2 sisters, 11 grandkids, and 24 great-grandchildren. Services start tomorrow at 1 from the Swampton United Baptist Church.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
Hey, Eastern Kentucky, it's time to celebrate the 4th of July with a big bang at Jerry Pelfrey Fireworks in Paintsville. There's over $5 million in stock at our warehouse. Get a 500-gram finale, $199 retail. Jerry Pelfrey price, only $39. All first responders get an additional 25% off. Morning Glory Sparklers, 36 count, retail price $10. Jerry Pelfrey price, only $1. Come shop us in Paintsville or online at jerrypelfreyfireworks.com.
Whether you've got a new ride and you want it to stand out in the crowd, or you want your current ride to look and feel like a new one, no one does lifts, wheels, and tires better than Conley's. Stop in now for spring tire specials, free quotes, and 0% financing, or log on to conleytire.net. Get ready, because the 21st annual Magoffin County Community Day is coming up Saturday, August 17th in Ramey Park, and tickets, as always, are just $10, and kids 12 and under get in free, and those $10 tickets still get you into one of the greatest bluegrass shows anywhere and a chance to win a car. And this year, we've got Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Larry Sparks, Dave Atkins Band, Turning Ground, Randy Maloney and Friends, Aaron Grace Rudd, Black Powder Express, Eddie Jenkins and the 606 Sound, Terry Miller and Traveler, and your MC, CJ the DJ. Get your tickets now at either location of the Sagersville National Bank. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway. Hey, a few reminders for you from our friends at the Royalton Community Council. They've got some fundraisers tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. Tonight, 5 to 8, you still got time for catching the early show. To venture on up to the good old Sagersville DQ, eat and get something, maybe a nice frozen treat would be a good time for that. And a portion of the proceeds will go to support the Royalton Community Council and the efforts that they are doing to have some wonderful things for their community. Tomorrow night, up at the Battlefield Park, they're having karaoke. And it's wide open. Tomorrow from 7 to 11, bring a carload, and it's just $5 per car. This is a family-friendly event, no alcohol or anything of that sort, but $5 per car. They'll be having the stage there, as I understand, and a great night for karaoke at Half Mountain. Be a good time. And their co-ed basketball tournament 3-on-3 is still Saturday, 11 till 3. At the half court basketball at the basketball court at Half Mountain. This is for 12 and up. 3 players per team and 1 substitute. Sign-up fee is just $10 per player, and you can register that morning. Bring yourself or bring a team Saturday morning. Excuse me, at 11. Weeks that I've been dealing with this, I still can't hear, and still have a cough. Sure. Sorry, my apologies. With that said, weather-wise, just to let you know, it's forecast to be one of the worst in years. Doesn't mean it will be, but that's what climatologists say. The first tropical storm of the Atlantic season has formed in the Gulf of Mexico today. National Hurricane Center naming it Alberto. Heavy rains for Texas and a lot of other people. Coastal flooding, gusty winds, northeastern Mexico also in the crosshairs between now and tomorrow. Alberto likely to get to the Mexican coast late tonight or tomorrow. 5 to 10 to 15 inches of rainfall expected from the newly developed tropical storm. The Atlantic hurricane season officially began on the 1st of June, runs to the end of November. The brunt of it usually happens between mid-August and early to mid-October, getting a jump start on it this year. And again, the before mentioned summer solstice is tomorrow, 4:30. You can officially call it summer. 4:50, and you can officially call it summer. Feels a little earlier. It is. It's been 228 years since it's been this early, 1796. And with that said, we had, I hate to call it milder by comparison, but though temperatures were from yesterday. A notable difference from this time 24 hours ago, we did top out in the 90s today, 91.8 specifically, 85 and some change right now. Feels like 92 and some change to be specific, with a dew point of around 72, which was where it was yesterday. Humidity up a little bit from where it was this time yesterday at 62%. Had a wind, barely moving out of the east right now. Had a 10-mile-per-hour gust earlier today is the biggest one I have clocked. And you'll notice sunrise and sunset stagnant there, leveling off at 6:11 and sunset at 8:58. And that's because, well, we're getting ready to see the days start to flop the other direction. You got to take the good with the bad. As for the details in the rest of your Licking Valley RECC-powered 7-day outlook, we're still riding on the 90s for the next several days with one exception, and it's really not that much of an exception. 62 tonight with partly cloudy skies and patchy fog. That cloud cover has certainly helped today. Fog in the morning, we'll see 92 degrees for your Thursday, another sunny and hot one. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, still no mention of any rain in the foreseeable future, or immediate at least, I should say. And a little warmer still Friday and Saturday for your weekend. Friday, sunny and hot, 94. Heat index will probably be 97, 98, 99 or so. Another dangerously hot day. But it's summer, and we should, know how to deal with it by now. As much as we dislike it, for most everyone. Okay, 65 Friday night, mostly clear skies. Saturday, again, 94, and only a slight chance. Really just a 10% chance of a few showers or storms after 5 in the evening. Otherwise, just sunny and hot. Heat indices again, upper 90s with a 94 real temperature. That night, Saturday night, we'll see some patchy fog, partly cloudy skies, and a low in the mid-60s again. Pretty consistent pattern there through Saturday. We'll get back to we were in the 90s today, almost at 92, but 92 tomorrow, and then a little bit warmer still Friday. Saturday, flipping the script to Sunday, we're still in the low 90s at 93. Partly sunny, a 40% chance of showers and storms, a system that gives us a chance, our best chance of the 7-day of showers and storms on your Sunday. Just takes temperatures down a few notches, but into the 80s and a little deeper into the 80s than what we thought this time 24 hours ago in 48. Expected to be around 87 on your Monday. 61, mostly sunny, a lingering 20% chance of showers and storms, and just like that, we'll get right back officially to the 90s. 91 on Tuesday and 91 estimated on Wednesday, mostly sunny for both, and a 30% chance of showers and storms for both. So no real relief in sight unless you want to call an 87-degree Monday relief, because that indeed is as low as she goes for your 7-day.